part 2. If you remember from the last video, we got a bed framed in, we got the microwave framed in, got the cooler about where it's going to be, roughly. We got the air conditioner roughly where it's going to be. The hose will come out the front, go up around here, and then up high, and then turn out and blow into the cab. I had a suspicion, and we looked it up, and apparently this is the intake, and this is the outtake, or the output. So I'm thinking I'm just going to put get some pantyhose to put over that as a filter, and let that just be what it is right there. And then the output, the exhaust, we are going to route out the back of the bulkhead, and we might direct it over there where there's, over here where there's no insulation, and just punch it through and put it right there. I don't know if the hose is long enough. Over in this corner right here, we'll have the generator, or I'm sorry, up front here, we'll have the generator, and then we'll have the hard line to the truck battery over in here somewhere. And then any nook and cranny, I guess right here is where all my clothes will be. And as we head up to Elkhart to get the auxiliary fuel tank, today we're going to start. We're just James is kind of punchy from other stuff he's had to do, so we were going to take this dash piece off and try to install the phone mount. And we're going to start there, something easy, warm up on.
Eyes burning like fire, fist clenched tight, no rest. Shadows of doubt surround, but our rage never suppress. Puppets on strings trying to control. Voices of power whispering lies. I see through the darkened veil. My rage defies your disguise. I won't back down, no retreat. Stand tall against the storm. Your chains will never bind me in this fight. We're born.
Okay, here we are. We got the phone mounted in. This is Course brand, I guess. We secured it behind there. We're able to run the cord down behind this panel, back through the back guts. It, let's see, terminates down here. So all the slack of the cord, and that's plugged in right there. I can either leave it there, or I may get one of those 4-to-1s or something like that. But for now, we are set up. All right, good morning, YouTube. It is excuse me, Saturday morning, the 20 something. I think it's the 20th, maybe, or 19th. I don't know. What this is my first kind of shakedown. I think that's what we called it in the Navy. Whenever you did a bunch of work on a ship or whatever, after it'd been in dry dock for a while, you take her out and see, just kind of operate it a little bit and see what happens. I've got my, oh shoot, I forgot to put my cooler. Actually, I meant to put my cooler. I got to turn around. I got to pull that, or get that powered up. Anyway, I got my computer in. As you can see, I've got my phone. This is the Course brand phone mount that we mounted, and it doesn't move. I don't think, well, actually, I think it does. It doesn't freely move. Like, I can't reposition. I think I can loosen it and position it, which I'll probably try to do right up here when I get to the stop. I just pulled out of the driveway, and I'm taking a trip down to Walmart. I've got just, a couple of few odds and ends. We are leaving bright and early in the morning for Elkhart to go get the auxiliary fuel tank, at least one toolbox. I'm getting a bed liner sprayed in, getting mud flaps installed behind the, dually wheels. They've got better, all the fire extinguisher stuff I see is all plastic mountings and all that, so I'm going to go get that from them. My triangles, a lot of the DOT stuff that has to be done correctly for DOT, I'm going to get up there instead of at Walmart. But, I should have made a list, I guess. I'm not 100% sure what I'm here for. I know I have to get some E-tape for sure. I was going to check on some of the cleaning supplies, and I'm going to look what their phone mounts are, but I know that Love's and all the other truck stops have I was in Flying J the other night, and I didn't like a lot of their selection, but I know Love's has an impressive selection. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can fix all this. All right, shakedown reboot resumed. Sorry about the hand there. I have my reefer unit running. I have my computer plugged in. We've got the phone charging. We're going to study on the air conditioner and work on that when we get back. We didn't put the platform on the bed yet because there's no reason to put that in the way until, so next to last thing, we'll probably put the bed platform back there, the mattress, and, the shocks to lift it up, hold it up in the air. But basically, I'm trying to get out here and get used to this foot. I'm still in that walking boot. I don't know what you call it, the cast you can take off. I've been out of the hard cast for, I guess, about a week now. And I'm not really supposed to be using this foot until minimum week 6. And this is, I think this was the end of week 4. Yeah. So I'm real light limited. I'm being careful. I'm testing everything. You know, I'm walking on the heel and just trying to look out for that. So I'll tell you what I'm most excited about getting back out on the road is I like to live by a pretty regimented program. And since the surgery, it's just been chaos. I live on a strict carnivore diet, which I'd love to get into a little bit more later. But basically, that's a very hard diet to sustain through chaos. You need order, you need planning, you need routine, which I get that I won't be going to the same places back and forth every day like some of my previous gigs, but I will be going somewhere every day. I'll be spending roughly the same number of hours, you know, at roughly the same time of day. So I'm really excited to reboot that. I have a financial program where, you know, I save in Bitcoin. So like I save all my wealth in Bitcoin and I live on a carnivore diet. So every time you click on this video, just know that I'm healthier. I'm wealthier and healthier. So that's been my motto for the last 4 years, and it's worked out fantastic. So anyway, I'm going to scoot this thing down to the big city and go to Walmart and kind of pick up some odds and ends so that when we leave out tomorrow, we're good to go. I got my fuel. I signed up at RTS, which is a pretty good looking fuel card. I kind of comparison shopped and did some reviews or looked at some reviews, and I'm signed up with them. I've got it activated, turned on, and plugged into the app. I don't have the physical card yet, but apparently I can fuel with my app at the Pilot. So that'll be nice because this is a business trip that I got a mileage app I got to turn on too. But this, you know, heading up to Elkhart, 100% business related to this truck. I've got my LLC EIN number. And so, you know, I got to just get in the practice of operating as the LLC and not as John Q. Public. So that's going to be frustrating. And I'm an analog guy. I may be Gen X, but I identify as a boomer. So I got pencil and paper. I'm going to have to make notes. Maybe. And I got my computer sitting here right beside me that I showed you all earlier. I don't mind transferring to that and using the notepad on there. And then I can feed that information into the AI and it'll print out forms for me. Like I've been doing pre-trips for 20 years. So it's, you know, it's not going to be hard to remember to do a pre-trip, but I've never owned a gooseneck trailer. I'm sure, you know, there's not that much to it. And I've never had to pre-trip a pickup truck, or I've never treated a pickup truck like I'm getting ready to treat this one. So I have made checklists, at least till I get my routine developed, so that, you know, when all the information's just coming at me like a fire hose, I don't forget the dumb little stupid simple stuff that can save me headaches down the road. So I'm looking forward to getting some of these systems up and running. But anyway, I'll check in after I get to Walmart. Successful trip to the Walmart. I got this new phone mount. You're seeing the different angle. I thought I'd give that a try and see if it actually holds up or if it's going to be too bouncy. I got a 10-foot I got a power strip with a 10-foot cord on it. I'm hoping to run that through the bulkhead out the back into the bed to connect to my gas generator. That'll give me the, so I can move off the in-cab generator to the gas generator when I have the truck turned off. And then I got the app downloaded for the cooler, so I should, in theory, be able to turn that on and off via the app. That wasn't at Walmart. Then I got, what did I get? This computer stand is, there's a joint in it that hits my wife right in her thigh. So I got what I found was, I was looking for one of those pads that you wax a car with, but I didn't find it. But I found a tire cleaner sponge. So I may either use that whole thing or just cut it in half, and some E-tape just to make a pad for it so that that's not so hard on her. And then, let's see, what did I get? I got a tripod for the phone, so when I'm securing loads. This is eventually, hopefully pretty soon, this is going to stop being an unboxing channel and start being a GSD channel. I'm about ready to make something happen. The first truck wash. Woo! Of course, it wasn't just a deep clean or anything, just to kind of little spray it off a little bit, get the pollen and all that off of it for the trip tomorrow. Well, I don't know what. I guess I'm gonna have to blue beacon this thing when I get that trailer on here. This thing doesn't even fit in a regular car wash. I could get the front half in, but the bed was hanging out the back. I didn't need to wash the bed today. I'm just trying to get basically just get the windshield cleaned up a little bit. It's a white truck, so it's never gonna be clean. Oh man. So the issue I have here is this truck wash is down here with a bunch of crazy traffic. It's hard. I'm getting out easy this time, but normally it's impossible to get out here. There's one up by the house, but it doesn't work worth a darn. You end up putting your money in it and being more frustrated than anything. So I moved the microphone over here. That last clip sounded real muffled. So I'm still experimenting with how this is all going to work. But we are northbound. We're going to go. I don't know that I have much to do on the truck today. There's not a whole lot to do till we get back. Then I can start finding out how much of this stuff I can cram into the toolboxes with, try to keep as much stuff out of this cab as possible. The biggest problem I have is how many packing blankets I'm gonna be able to take. I'm gonna have to tarp loads, and so if you haven't missed it, or if you've missed it, I've got RV transport was why I started this channel, but then I realized it was slow season for RV transport, and I was spending a bunch of money to get set up, and I thought, I started looking around, and I think I decided I'm going to go Hotshot for a while, just so I know I can get the miles and get out in front get this business up and running pretty good. And then, of course, I'm going to, once my wife gets all her personal, she's got some family business to wrap up now that both her parents have passed. And once she gets all that wrapped up and we get everything in order, then she wants to join me out here on the road. At that point, I may or may not de-lease from Hotshot and just go RV transport, where it doesn't really matter as much if we're running that hard. In fact, I don't think we want to run that hard. So, I mean, we want to be full-time, part-time. So, we'll be out here, and if there's not a load or we got to mosey back deadhead, we don't have to be in a big hurry. That kind of stuff. Or if there's, whatever, if it's slow, then we'll just find something else to occupy our time till it picks up, or we can find a load or something. I don't know. I think I can put a center rail on this Hotshot trailer and carry two. It's not a 53 footer, but it's a 40 footer, so you know I should be all right there, and then I can backhaul cars or whatever. So I don't know. I just know that I need to get busy and run hard, and this isn't the right time of year to be diving into RV and expecting to run hard. So anyway, I'm gonna hammer back up to the country, and I'll check with you later. Good morning, YouTube. What time? It's 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. Fake time. Central time's the correct time. But anyway, left out this morning about 5. Or, yeah, about 4. About probably 4:30 a.m. Central time. Heading to Elkhart, Indiana to get the truck outfitted. Running northbound about 10 minutes, or just about to the south side of Louisville, and then we're going to run across that crazy toll bridge, and we'll be up in Indiana. So sunrise came up. It was nice. I haven't seen that in a minute since I've been down with my foot injury, but I'm pretty sure we're getting a auxiliary fuel tank toolbox combo, and we're going to get the cutaway toolbox for the back of the bed that has the middle cut out so that you can so that you can connect with your gooseneck trailer, and mud flaps behind the rear dually tires, wheels. That might be it, besides triangles and I'm getting the spray and bed liner put in first, and then triangles and fire extinguisher, and they said they have some securement. I'm gonna look and see what they have, if maybe comparison shop a little bit, because I like to give them some business, but we'll just have to see, because if I have to go get everything, if I have to go get 90% of everything, I might as well just put in one order, because I don't really feel like carrying extra weight back down to Tennessee, back up to, I think they're east of Columbus. They're somewhere in Ohio. I don't know. So I could just wait till I get the trailer and then go get the securement. So that's the biggest thing is getting these toolboxes and getting back home and trying to figure out where I can stow everything so I can minimize what needs to be in the cab. So that's the puzzle I'm working on this morning. Anyway, got my high octane coffee, got the hammer down, got fuel, and probably won't stop till at least north of Indianapolis. So, hey, so we made it. Dan's Service Center. That's where the magic's gonna happen tomorrow, starting tomorrow. It's Sunday afternoon, and we're gonna go get something to eat, but I just like scouting places out, and our hotel is walking distance that way for me, so I can drop the truck off in the morning and hoof it back over for a continental breakfast. Hey, it's Monday, about lunch 30, and we just managed to go get some lunch. Elkhart started out to be a miserable, stinking, horrible experience. Before we came up, we made a reservation with Enterprise to get a car so that we wouldn't be just stranded at the hotel. Of course, my foot's in the cast, so I'm not very mobile. And so we get here, we get to Enterprise. They tell us we have to be there by 2 p.m. because they close at 2 p.m. and we have to come into the office to get the car. So we leave earlier, knowing that the motel or hotel or whatever it is, check-in's not till 3 or 4 o'clock, and So we leave extra early. We get here, and they're like, "Oh, we just rented all the cars. We didn't save you one, even though you had a reservation." And so I lost a little bit of my religion in there on that to him. And then we went to a restaurant, and it was horrible. And, you know, the manager was standing there talking college ball with one of the male waiters so long that the waitress that was doing her best to try to help us, she wasn't being very successful with it, but she was trying. She had to go tell that other waiter that his table, everybody was out of drinks and they needed food, or, you know, like, just nobody gives any craps around here. Let's see, we ordered 2 salads, no tomato. Both salads came tomato. My wife got the turkey dinner with extra cranberry sauce. The dinner came turkey dinner, absolutely no cranberry sauce. It was, you know, and it just kind of kept going like that. Then we got to the room, and now we're staying here for at least 4 days. We prepaid for 4 days, 3 nights, 4 days, whatever. And they give us the one room in the whole building that the key card works, but the doorknob doesn't. It's stripped, so you just got to get lucky to get in the door. And, you know, this was so.
And the TV doesn't work.
Yeah, and the TV doesn't work. No discount. And so, you know, it was just on and on and on. It was like, man, Elkhart can put this in a pipe. And so anyway, I wake up this morning and I go over to Dan's, and they kind of turned it around for me. I was not in a good headspace about this damn place, but they were super cool. They were patient with me, explaining all the this and that and ins and outs and all that. And then without being prompted, they handed me keys to a loaner car. And it was just like, oh, well, wow, thank you. They solved my problems, saved me some money, because the original plan of what I was going to get was going to be more than where we ended up. And so, you know, it's not going to be super cheap or anything. I mean, I am going to a service center dealership kind of type place, so whatever. But we've got some kit being onboarded, and we've got this wonderful car, so we don't have to just eat at the Cracker Barrel that we can walk to with my bum foot. So we went and tried this nice little restaurant. It's really a bar, but
Repeats. Yeah,
Repeats on the lake. And they had, you know, lots of options, lots of unique food items. And yeah, and you know, we got another place picked out for tonight that looks nice. The food, we got a pizza last night because we didn't have a vehicle. And I guess being this close to Chicago, you can't have crap food. The food so far, except for that first restaurant, but that was a chain. It was, you know, it was supposed to be a nicer one of the chains, but it was garbage. But you know, whenever we go to any of these mom and pop places or places that aren't chains, it's amazing. That pizza may have been the best damn pizza I've had since, I don't know, in a couple of, well, of course I don't eat much pizza because usually I'm on diet, but it was a fantastic pizza. And I guess being this close to Chicago, it's against the law. It's probably against state law to make a bad pizza. So anyway, we back to the room now, and I'm kind of like hung over and beat up from all that yesterday, so we're just gonna relax today. We might get out and go look around. We'll probably get out tonight, yeah, and go to dinner, but I'm not planning on doing anything else the rest of the day. And they were spraying the bed liner in today, so they're not even gonna they're just gonna do that, and then it has to sit and cure for so long, you know, till tomorrow. So nothing's much happening. We're gonna go see if they managed to get our TV functional, because, you know, whatever, but I don't really care about that. I've got my laptop and we've got plenty to watch on there. So anyway, I'll check back in when we get the truck all doctored up. Up here at Dan's getting the truck worked on, and we thought we'd take a little ride north up here to get a look at Lake Michigan. We ain't never seen Sitch down south. That's a lake, I guess. Dang. But anyway, the truck is getting worked on, and we'll soon have her back to take a look at. Alright, I hope I can make this video. I got tractors coming up, and air conditioners blowing and everything. We are back from Elkhart and ready to see what we got going on back here. So we got the bed liner put in. That looks real nice, real solid. And we got this fuel tank. Fuel and tool combo, they say. So that's looking real good. That's a 0.5 gallon a minute pump. The cool thing about this, why it pays to go to Dan's, is they welded these L brackets on to aluminum. There's one on every side, you know. And what makes that, the reason they can do that is they have some kind of foam technology up under there, under the toolbox. So it's not sitting directly on the bed. And then those bolts in the L brackets are spring loaded and locked in so that the toolbox kind of can torque or move rather than ripping the aluminum off when the toolbox moves and the bracket doesn't flex at all and spilling all the fuel out. So that's something I probably wouldn't have, well, I definitely wouldn't have known if I'd installed it myself. It's also set up, the pump works with the upfitter switches in my truck, so I don't even have to get out to turn it on. And if the pump fails, there's back in there an inline on off so that it can gravity feed. And then these are just bolted to the trailer. So, but they are bolted in. So those should be good. I got me a couple of chocks. The reason I went with these two is they have that toolbox that runs all the way across, and it's like, you know, a box over here, and then it ducks down, and then up here. But there was a box here, and a box here, and a little drawer here. And that was so little storage. I was trying to go for some, you know, I need to be able to put stuff away. So there's about 13 inches between the two. So as long as I'm not drunk, I could probably get that gooseneck between there. And then we got the fire extinguisher added on. That's the reason I probably paid more than the Walmart price, is so that I got the metal or bracket to hold that instead of just the cheap plastic shit. So anyway, that took 4 days. They had to spray the liner and wait for it to cure before they could do any other work. And then, you know how it is. There's probably some drivers that came in there that were under a hot load that needed something addressed immediately. So I accounted for that. I made preparations to account for that. So anyway, that's what we got. Now we're back home, and we got to finish building out the berthing area and get the air conditioner installed. They've created the label for the solar generator, so it should be inbound. And we're almost there.